Man, listen. This the thing, man. We got to get to a place to where we can laugh stuff off. Like, and that, well, I seen the post. I just seen the post. I was just scrolling. I think it's a Dallas pastor. And honestly, I'll be honest with you. I think the man got it from me.
Single women who want to be married and feel as though they're being passed over. Feel as though they're being passed over. The advice is there are many things that you can do. The chief thing, of course, being trusting the Lord and making the desires of your heart known to the Lord in prayer. God, I eagerly desire to be a wife and a mother. If it be your will, would you send me a husband? That's pivotal. Being in a good local church where there are godly men, asking your father to help, talking to the elders to see if they might know of a single man who might be a compatible suitor. All those things. Here's another piece of advice, and people don't like it. This is the kind of thing that your Benjamin Glaser would lose his ever-loving mind, and everybody, this will probably get clipped out and will go viral all again, right? Run it back, right? 2 for 2. Here's another thing. Lose 20 to 30 pounds.
He know what he was saying when he said that, because he say this will probably go viral all over again. But it's standing 10 toes down on that advice. And listen, it only apply to you if it apply to you. Like, that's the thing. Like, we got to stop being so sensitive. Like, I get angered when I see the racist videos online. And I have to remember, I say, you know what? That's that man or that lady right to feel that way. It's like, I think a lot of times we forget how much Jesus had to endure. And we so ready to get offended. But I'm going to be honest with you. I honestly think he got that from me. If not, I think we hearing from the same God. Because I give the same advice. It's like, I cannot tell you. Because see, here's the thing. It's only a handful of men that come to me and say, I'm looking for my wife. And see, and with the men can't find a wife for things that are out of their control. This is where the key is now. This is where the key is. And so here go the women. Would love to see his search history. Can we see his 6-pack? He's already married. I love the part in the Bible that says this. Why advice does he have for all the dingbat men out there? I don't know if me weighing 74 to 84 pounds would be a good way to attract the man. So it's like, she know it ain't talking to her, but she jumping in there. Hey, ladies, don't lose 30 pounds. Turn it into muscle so you can defend yourself from men better as needed. DV perpetrated by men is the most common form of V against women. And then somebody else. If men are visual creatures, are they unable to see themselves in a mirror? Serious question. That's a good one right there. Now, that right there, that's my question to a lot of men who single and look at me like, bruh, calm down now, but calm down, sir. You is not a looker like you think you will. Sir, you do not look how you think you look. Pipe down. And that be a real thing. That's a real thing. This lady, this makes me want to scream. She the other one that said that. And then this guy, I think that's oddly specific and not helpful. The better advice would be, imagine the person you want to marry and do whatever it takes to become attractive to that kind of person. If they're fit, become fit. If they're emotionally mature, then become emotionally mature, etc. That's a good one. This other lady say, this is a black lady here. All the other kind of white lady. She put, he's on Grindr. Bro, these types of dudes are so delusional about their value and undervalue women. Sure, some women need to lose weight, but why do you think you need to tell them? And that's the thing. It's like, we got to tell each other the truth. We need women to tell men the truth, or what? We need women to tell men, hey, you want to get married? This is what you need to do. We need men to tell women, hey, you want to get married? This is what you need to do. Because guess what? We being chose by the opposite gender. So if we don't keep it real with each other, how can we get anywhere? So here's the thing. We get so easily offended. Instead of just listening, and what I was going to say earlier, I don't want to lose that train of thought, is a lot of the men, I just coached a guy the other day who is single, looking for his wife. He's in between jobs, but able to work, and he works in a great industry. And so I got guys that I'm coaching who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s looking for their wife. I'm going to have all of them get on the matchmaking app when we get it done. But let me tell you why they can't find their wife. It's for things they can't control. It's because of their height or because of their facial features. That's it. But it's a lot of women who can't find their husband simply because of weight. And all it is you have to think of it logically. You got to think logically. Here you have a human who is in a selection process. The human goes out, and the human is looking at other humans that he is going to choose from. Do you think he's going to choose someone who is overweight when right beside her is someone who is on weight? No, because the first component, and this from the guy John Gray, who wrote the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I never read it, but I saw he said on there, maybe the first component of a relationship is physical attraction. I think I seen a picture of him, and I don't think he was a trite, and that's probably how he found that out in his struggles looking for a wife. But that's the thing. And so here's the thing. Just like with a woman, most women say they want a man 6 foot or taller. So if a woman is in her selection process, is she going to accept a man who is 5'8" when beside him there's a man who's 6 foot? It goes both ways. It's the same thing. It's humans selecting other humans, but the thing about it is, the issue with most men who can't find a woman, he can do nothing about it. Whereas most women that I coach, the only thing they need to do is lose weight. Listen, cancel me. I don't care, because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth because I love you. I don't want to have sex with you. Yes, I want you to buy one of my books and my courses. So why would I make you mad if I want you to support my books? Right now, my new affirmations book is on Amazon called I Will. 31 affirmations to help you shift from fear to focus. Get that book. Unless you mad. But if I just made you mad, unsubscribe, unfollow. I'm getting in the comments. I'm finna go off about this here hot take that you just said. And that right there proves to the men who watching this that I don't pander to women, nor do I pander to men. I'ma tell you the truth, whether it hurts or not, because I want you to be the best you could be in your life. And this what I hear all the time from women. This what I hear all the time. It's the one thing that I hear. Women say, Tony, I came to your message and your message was too real, too raw. You hurt my feelings. You made me mad. And I left. And then when I later was going through stuff and I needed some real raw insight and feedback, I came back to your channel. And I realized that you ain't doing nothing but telling the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. That's all I hear. I remember this lady, I had a coach session with her. She got so mad with me. She was so defiant. She was so upset. That lady came back a year later and emailed me and said, Tony, I want to apologize because everything you told me was the truth. This is what you have to realize. This is for the ladies right here. This is what you have to realize. You got to consider the source. So it's like this man right here who talking. The man, oh, it done left. The man got on a wedding ring. The man is fit. He's in shape. He's already married. He don't need, he's not insecure because he's not one of them old buff, swole men who all buff and swole for no reason. He's not operating from insecurity. He's a handsome brother. You know, he's a white guy, but we call them brothers too. Nice beard, got his little glasses on, full hairline, dress put together. The man has no reason to be angry with women or try to hurt women. The same thing for myself. Like, women never hurt me. I did the hurting. So I don't have a reason to be butthurt, to be angry, to be telling women this and that. But my thing is control what you can control. And this is what you have to realize. And I tell all my clients this. And if any of my clients don't care about anonymity, or they don't care to let people know, like they don't mind letting people know that they are my client, they one of my clients, then y'all could get in the comments. If I told you this, one-on-one, behind closed doors, with no camera, on the phone, I tell all my clients, your only thing you need to do on the 3 B's, brains, brand, body, is get to your goal weight. And I ask my clients, are you at your goal weight? And they'll say, no, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 50 pounds. I say, you got to reach your goal. If you at your goal weight, okay, you're going to get what you get. You're going to attract who you attract. That's totally fine if that's where you want to be. But you can't expect to meet your husband if you're not even where you want to be. You can't expect the man that you want and the man that you deserve to see you in the body that you're in if you're still working on loving you more and getting to where you want to get to. And see, the main problem with the men is they be ugly. And I'm using that term as a nicer term as I could use it, but what I mean is they don't fall inside of the beauty constructs of America. And so they look different. That be the main thing. They look different, or they too short. It's rarely that the man is overweight, and that's why he can't get a woman. It's rarely that, because a man will get in shape. Like a single man, he gonna get in shape. You don't see a lot of single men who are overweight, because men are creatures of habit. Like, they're gonna get in the gym. They gonna like my lead actor in the film we producing. We filmed January 6th through the 8th. So definitely write me if you donated at the level to where you get to visit the set. It's in Tampa, Florida. But my lead actor in that there, He, my lead actor, he worked for me. He worked for me years ago. I met him in a Starbucks. He was sitting reading a book on marketing by Seth Godin. And I said, hey, how you like that book? He said, man, I like it. Pretty good book. He said, I'm reading it for class. I said, okay, where you go to school? He said, USF. I said, okay. I said, what you majoring in? I think he said sports marketing. That's him now. So he used to be, he probably was, I don't know if the brother lost 70 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. He lost a good amount of weight. This our lead actors in the film that we producing. January, and thank y'all to those y'all who supported it. To those y'all who didn't, that's how I feel about you right there. Thank y'all for those of y'all who supported it. Be on here soaking up all that knowledge and wisdom, and then seeing the Kickstarter and just gonna turn our eye. I mean, ain't give a dollar. I say, boy, we have 116. Look how many views on this video. We had 116 supporters. That's a life lesson right there for you. Everybody who watch it don't support you. That's a life lesson right there. So when you start that business, you want to, well, I ain't got no support. That's just human nature. That's human nature. And so, listen, that brother there lost weight. He lost weight and got into the shape. And when I show him two women, they be like, he's not a bad looking guy. They be like, Tony, he ain't bad looking. Like, he's a handsome guy. Guess what he is? Single. He's single. He ain't met his wife yet. So, guess what? So the show gonna help him too. The show gonna bless him too. This is a scripted show. It's written by a young lady, Lil Jill. And so it's like, it's men struggling too. But and I probably know what the issue is when he meet a lady that he like. I'm pretty sure I know what the issue is, but that's his personal business, you know. And it not necessarily something that he could change in his power right now. It'll probably come, and then guess what? Then it's gonna be all these women come out the woodworks. All these women, it's like, oh no, you ain't want at this point right here now. And so that's the thing. What I want women to understand is like, that's not a slap in your face. That's not a slight, because it's not like you doing this for the man or for a man. This also benefiting you. Like when you lose, if you have 20 to 30 pounds to lose, it's not to you if you don't have weight to lose. And if you have the same issue that a lot of men have, meaning your looks is outside of the beauty constructs of America, then that you can't help that. You may have to come to me for matchmaking. You can't help that. It just means you have to increase your rate of exposure. You have to meet more men for you to meet the man who will want to be with you. Y'all forgot to give him drinking my old coffee. Got my little iced coffee. So that's right there what that is. You got to meet the man that's for you. So here's the thing. When you lose that 20 to 30 pounds, like I'm right now, last time I got on scale, I'm 213. When I met my wife, I was 170. All muscle. I probably was 3 to 10% body fat. When I was in college, at one point, I was 3% body fat. When they did the body fat test, I was 3% body fat. I told my son that one day, and he was like, Dad, that's world-class triathletes. He's like, there's no way you were 3% body fat. I'm like, son, ain't one more lie to you for. I'm telling you what the man told me when he did the body fat test on me, son. What am I finna lie to you for? And so, but that's how I was built, like a Greek sculpture. And so now I'm 40 some pounds heavier. And it's still, I lift weight, so it's a lot of it is muscle weight, and my weight go to, that visceral fat that's around your organs, and then it go to my glutes and my thighs. I'm bottom heavy. So my wife always slapping and grabbing my booty, telling me I got a badonkadonk, and so that's where my weight go. So it's not like I just fill out and it's just all stomach. Like some men, all their weight go to their stomach. For me, mine spread throughout my body. So it's like I might tell somebody I'm about 215. They be like, "What? Man, you like 215 pounds? Yeah, 215 pounds, man." But listen, this right here, I bench press 300 pounds. So it's like I'm stronger than I weigh. And in college, I bench pressed 200% of my body weight. I weighed 170, which really I weighed 165. We used to drink a bunch of water before we got on the scale. And I bench pressed 340 pounds. And so that's my body composition. The thing about it is I want to lose me 10 to 20 pounds. I want to lose me some weight. I can't because my wife always feed me. I got food right over here. She feed me 3 meals a day. And then if I stay up late. But you got to be able to control what you can control. Because here's the thing. This is what I want you to understand. And this for men and women. But this is what I want you to understand. And the reason why the pastor said that. The reason why the pastor said that is he knows, like I know, when a man sees you and you 20 to 30 pounds overweight, it's not that you untouchable, you unlovable, you unworthy. It's not any of that. It's that the man knows you're going to put on even more weight in the relationship. Because if you're able to get pregnant, you're then finna put on a lot of weight in that pregnancy. And if you can't get weight off of you before pregnancy and before the hormonal shift, before postpartum, it's gonna be 10 times as hard with postpartum, with a newborn baby, with a toddler, with a busy lifestyle, with a hectic life. It's going to be 10 times harder. The man also knows that more weight. He knows that you're working on losing weight right now, but you're not getting the weight off, the weight not coming off. He knows that more weight is going to make you feel less attractive. It's going to make you more stressed, more insecure. So now that's also going to bring his quality of life down because you don't want to get naked. You don't want to be intimate. You don't want to wear a bathing suit. You don't want to go to the beach. You don't want to, you upset, you unhappy, you complaining about your body, but it takes work and hard work to get your body in shape. So a man who is a man of God, who is a good man, he considers all of that. The same way a woman looks at a man and considers his weight, considers his lifestyle, considers where he is and what his trajectory looks like. So that's why a lot of women say they don't date potential. So that's the same thing. A man is saying he's not going to date potential, but we be misusing the term. But both people are doing what they think is not dating potential. So another thing I see with men on the men's side of it is a lot of men are not where a woman expects them to be financially. So if they not where the woman expects them to be financially, then all of a sudden, this man, regardless of how he looks, he's not good enough. Regardless of how fit he is, he's not good enough. And so that's one of those things. to where if you're not in shape, you're not fit, you're not where you need to be, then my wife texted me, y'all forgive me, soccer. Then that right there is going to hinder you on both sides. So, and then here's the thing. Some women don't like a man to be too muscular, like too swole. Some women, they look at a man like, no, I'm not finna compete with you for the mirror. No, I don't want a man that look better than me. I hear women say that all the time. They don't want a man that look better than them. They don't want a man that's prettier than them. They don't want a man that's too swole because they think that's nasty. So for some men, it's on the flip side. They dealing with it on the other side of things. And so realize this. It was so many women upset. But you know what? You know what my grandma would always say? Well, hit dog holler. If it don't apply, let it fly. We done heard that. If it don't fit, you must have quit. So it's like we get upset when something is the truth for us. And it's the thing, like society has weakened us. Our technology has weakened us. It has distracted us. It has hurt us. A lot of men want to scam and do illegal stuff to make money. A lot of men so caught up on pornography and video games and social media that they can't get to their grind and make money. A lot of men fumbling a bag because of the technology that's at their fingertips. So then a lot of women don't want those men who ain't got their finances in order. And then a lot of women have their finances in order, but don't have their body in order. And then one of the common denominators, a through line between men and women, is not having y'all's expectations in order. Not being realistic. So like I have some clients who are on the woman side of things who would be considered beautiful, fit, all of that. But what's the issue? They're not in a place where their expectations match where they are. So it's some women who may be pretty, may make some money, and they want a man like everybody want Michael B. Jordan or Idris Elba. And it's like it's only two of them. Like it's not a lot of men in everyday life that look like Idris Elba and Michael B. Jordan. So this man that you think is handsome and good looking and he got good character, why are you passing on him just because he don't have every feature? Because he can't control his features. He can't change his nose, his eyes, his forehead, his lips. So if you think he decent looking, he good looking, and he got good character, why not give him a chance? So it's women that's single because they just don't like the every feature of a man. But then it's women who are single because they are not at the goal weight that they need to be at. And that's in their control to change. If you got thyroidism, thyroiditis, okay. That's a health condition. If you get close enough to the man to sit down and talk to him and whatever, you can explain their health condition. In most cases, you're not going to get close enough unless y'all in a life group, an interest group, some type of group to where you close enough to explain that to him. Other than that, you're not going to get to explain that to him. And he's just going to think that you mismanaging your time and your life and your body or what have you. So what you got to realize is, to be truthful and honest about this, like, your body is your temple. And I seen a lady the other day. She had some backlash because she was telling people, how are you a Christian but you out of shape? Or you put things in your temple and your body is your temple, but you eating junk. And yeah, she sounded holier than thou. And I was offended because I felt like she was talking about pork and Popeyes. And I'm finna tear me some pork and Popeyes up now. I'm finna tear it up. But at the same time, I say, hey, that's her right to say that. That's her right to believe that. She got a little point. It's like, ma'am, you barely of the shape. So calm down. You look like you an Oreo away from being out the temple. And so, sometimes people do them one treadmill walk and then they holier than thou. But I'm going to tell you like this right here. The perkier, and this to the women, the perkier that booty get, the more them thighs go in and firm up, and the more them glutes start to lift and that stomach start to flatten, the more men you gonna attract, and the more handsome and the more successful they're going to be. And that's just the way of the world. So, and I want you to think about that. When you look at these men who you consider tall and handsome, it's one guy that I have seen, but I don't know if he's considered handsome though. I can't judge a man like that. So it's one guy that I've seen is Giannis Antetokounmpo, who played for the Milwaukee Bucks, who his wife, who has had his children, it's one guy, and who she have a regular shape. Like she go through the ebbs and flows of being a woman. Now, was she like that when she met him? I probably doubt it. But other than that, when you see these men that you think are handsome and they're fit, or tall, dark, and handsome, look at their wives and see how their wives are built. And especially if their wives don't have kids. It's different sometimes, an exception to the rule once they have kids. And then sometimes a woman's body in a relationship is a reflection of that relationship and what they prioritize. So there is such a thing as happy weight, to where you just caress. Like you chilling, you eating, you sleeping, and you putting on weight. And then there's another thing as sad weight, to where you going through a lot of stress and worries, and you releasing a lot of cortisol into your bloodstream. So you eating a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs, and you just eating bad, you sleeping bad, and it's just the stress of life that's getting to you, because food can be used for comfort. That's why they call it comfort food. And so some people will use it for that. And so that's what you got to realize and understand. You got to realize and understand that. And that is the hard truth we got to give ourselves. Is if you are single, for one, you can't do too much comparison to people who married. You can't worry too much about people who marry. It's a different ball game if you single. It's a different ball game in this social media landscape. So you got to prepare and position yourself the best you can be. You got to get into the best shape you could get in. You got to be in the best place you could be in. And you got to focus on your 3 B's. You got to get to a place to where you checking off them brains, brand, body. Brains, brand, body. Brains is the knowledge. You watching this, you getting the knowledge. The knowledge may hurt you before it helps you. But you getting the knowledge and you getting out your feelings. You getting out your excuses. You getting out your comparisons. Get out of the comparisons. Get out of the tit for tat. Get out of the he said, she said. And get into your growth and your changes and what you need to do. Stop worrying about what the opposite gender needs to do. What do you need to do? Because when you focus on what you need to do, you're going to attract somebody who has been doing what they need to do. But as long as you sit still and you crying and you complaining and you mad at people who online telling you the truth about the state of your life and where you're at, you're going to be complacent and you're not going to grow. You're not going to change, and you will never attract the level of a person that you want, need, and desire. But when you get out of your feelings and you stop making excuses and you take control of your life, you give your days direction, and you start making the necessary changes that you need to make, your life will change for the better and it will never be the same. You will make more money. You will make more friends. You will get a promotion. You will get a raise. You will start your business. You will have more customers. You will build your brand. Even if it's just locally in the city, more people will see you. More people will notice you. More people will respect you. More people will talk to you. Your life will change when you elevate to the level that you need to be at. I got a client, and she went the route of Manjaro. And she came to me and she said, Tony, I want to let all the women know. Like, keep telling them, like, change your life. She was like, yes, I used, this right here, whatever. And whether you think it's good or bad or not, to each their own, to each their own. She lost 80 pounds or more. And she had that much weight to lose. And her body changed, her life changed. And she came to me and she said, Tony, she was in tears. She said, I never realized how unseen I was as an overweight black woman. She said, I never realized it. She said, Tony, the world treats me so different in this new body. She said, people see me, people talk to me, people treat me completely different. And man, I wish, for the sake of study, I wish I could experience it. I'm not finna go, become 300 pounds to see what it feel like. But I wish I could experience the both sides of it so I could come back and talk about it. I seen another young lady come in the comments on one of my other videos and mention that she said, Tony, I can attest to that. The world treats you so different when you get in shape. And so listen, that's all we trying to say is love yourself. It ain't about superficiality. It ain't about being vain. It's about you getting in the best possible shape you can be in, the best possible position you can be in, so that you can attract what life has for you. And then you need to be sober-minded enough to be able to see what it is when it comes. And you can't be delusional to think that at your best, you still deserve better than what you do, because it's still levels to it. And so once you understand that and you get to that place to where you can see and realize and understand that, hey, I've done the work on me. Now I want somebody who has done the work on them. And that's all you shooting for. So with the brain, you getting the new knowledge. You learning. With the brand, all that mean really from me, because I created the 3 B's, brains, brand, body. What the brand mean is it's a few sides to it, but here's one side, is you have a job. If you got a job, that is also your brand. The other side of it is how you carry yourself. So are you sleeping around? Because that's your brand. And the other side of it is creating something you can't be fired from, which is not a 100% prerequisite. You don't have to start a website or a business or whatever it is. You don't have to. But if you have the time, it would be good to create something to show that you utilize your free time, that you have hobbies and interests or things you into. It would be good to show that. And then when it comes to the body, that is two sides of that. One, who you sleeping with and why. And then two, what are you putting into your body? What you eating, what you drinking, how you sleeping, how you treat your temple. Brains, brand, body. Your faith, your religion, your walk with God, that's a part of brains. That's all that. That's your knowledge. That's your belief system. That's your life philosophy. All that go in there. And so this what you got to realize and understand. You got to be willing to do the work. So what the pastor was saying, he obviously wasn't talking to somebody who weighed 100 pounds. He obviously wasn't talking to somebody who weighed 190. I mean, 120. He wasn't talking to somebody who weighed 150 unless they like 5 foot tall and their body composition is not good. He wasn't talking to nobody that. But what he was saying is so many, this is the thing, it's so many single women who are drinking alcohol every day, you know, having margaritas or Cosmos or whatever, but not doing the equivalent of detoxification, sauna, sweating, water consumption, all of that. See, I got this bottle of water with me. You know, I got to try to drink this whole water, then fill it back up, drink it again, fill it back up, drink it again, fill it back up, drink it again. That's a lot of water in a day. I never really get to do it, but I ain't trying to find nobody. So that's just about my personal health. And it's a lot of women who are eating a lot of carbs. You know, breads, rice, pitas, and then, you know, cookies, cakes, snacks, a lot of processed food, just snack food out the bag, the processed food, snacking all day at work. You know, drinking sugary drinks, Cokes, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, all that aspartame in the Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke, all that right there, messing up that gut health, and not taking the right supplements, and not sleeping enough. So when you put all that together, come on now, you're gonna gain weight. And then what happens is men are more simple than women, meaning we're more simple-minded. So a single man will become a creature of habit. Like listen, I was watching my single mentee, the guys, like I showed you, the one brother, I think he's 35 or 36. That brother lost a good amount of weight. That brother was husky. He was a husky little something, a little chunky little something. He lost a good amount. When I see him, I think he had lost at least 40 pounds. I was like, whoa. At first I thought he was sick. Then he kept that weight off. And so I was like, whoa, looked like a whole different person. How he did it, I don't know. But even my other mentee, that I do the show with, Louder Than Word, Caleb lost weight. When he moved to his new city, he was heavy. He had some weight on him. He probably hadn't got up to about maybe 190, whatever. But his normal resting body weight when he locked in, it could be 170, 180, I don't know. But he hadn't put on weight. And he tell about it. He talk about his story and stuff like that. But guess what he do? He fast. He is a fasting machine. He'll do a 72-hour fast, whistling. You know, he with his eyes closed. Easy. Boom. 72 hours. Boom. And so guess what? That weight falling, that skin enriching, glowing, purifying, all of that. Like, you got to find your it factor. You got to find what do it for you. You know what? I'm up here talking about my mentee. Man, I'm finna fast. Man, I'm finna fast. But see, I have that sugar. Got a little vanilla in here. Got that whole milk. That Nigerian in me don't do good with that. That African in me don't do good with that whole milk. That cow. That dairy. You don't do good with it. And so, this the thing. So you got to realize and understand that this ain't about nobody else. This about you. And this about getting. So listen, imagine this. I told you I'm 213, right? So you can see my body. You know, you can see my body. You see me over here. So you see me, okay? This my little thing. Now you see me from the side. Now look at that little bit of muscle. See that little bit of muscle? This 213 now. So it ain't fat, it's muscle. Look them striations. Okay. So you see that right on. And now look how I pull this shirt down. Now you see this shirt up against me? You see that shirt? Now see, that's the shirt right there. That ain't stomach, that's the inside of that shirt. So you see the shirt up against me? You see what I'm saying? So this 213 now. So now think about this. Think about if I take and I become 300 pounds. And I'm on here at 300 pounds, I'm 5'10". And I'm on here 300 pounds, 320, 330. Let's say I gain 100 pounds. I'm 313. It's men that's 5'10" in the 300s. And I'm sitting on here and I'm like, yeah, ladies, this what y'all got to do. You got to lose 20 to 30 pounds. You want you a husband, you got to lose 20 to 30 pounds. Did what you got to do. You going to be looking at me like, excuse me? Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? Sir, have you seen a scale? Have you seen a mirror? Sir, sir, this is falling on deaf ears. Sir, I'm missing your whole message. Sir, I can't hear you. Whether I'm married or single, you're going to be like, huh? You telling somebody to lose some weight. You see what I'm saying? Everything changes. If I gain weight, if I gain 30, 40 pounds, and I'm talking about health and wellness, I'm talking about prioritizing you, I'm talking about work-life balance, I'm talking about all that, you're going to receive the message totally different. Because you're going to be like, I'm going to need you to work on you. Woohoo. Hello. I'm going to need you to work on you, Tony. You need to get it together. Instead of on here giving advice. You see what I'm saying? You're going to look at it totally different. You're going to be like, So I'm barely decent. And that's why you barely listen. If I took and lost me 20 pounds and still was all muscle, then guess what? You might listen a little more. You might listen a little more. You might be like, Tony over there in shape. Now, what you said, Tony, about work-life balance? What you said about sleep diet? What you said about... You might perk up and listen more. And so that's how life works. So you think about it. When you level up, your life level up. So what do the scale, that not the weight scale, but the pay scale show you? You look at that pay scale, it'll show you in America, you earn no college, no high school diploma earns 18,000. High school diploma earns 22,000. College degree, bachelor's earn 36,000. Masters earn 55,000. Doctorate earn 75,000. And it shows you that the more education you get, and I'm off the numbers lower. The numbers I'm saying probably lower. But what it shows you is the more education you get, the higher you climb on that corporate ladder. Like, for example, I would love to be an athletic director one day. I can't be an athletic director with no college degree. And a lot of athletic directors got a master's degree, or a lot of them got a doctorate. What's the difference between a school teacher? What do a school teacher need? At least a high school diploma, and then a teacher certificate, and it might be a college degree in a lot of schools. I don't know what different schools require. But then what's the difference typically between a school teacher and the superintendent of the school district, or between a school teacher and the assistant principal or the principal? Degrees. So the more you level up in life, the more you get from life. So that's what you have to realize and understand. So, for example, y'all let, and excuse my French, y'all let, I ain't gonna say what I'm about to say. I wasn't finna cuss. Close your under 18 ears for a second so I can explain this to you. Okay, you got the ears closed. Y'all let the titty monster sit and talk to you and tell you what you need to do with your life because y'all thought she was a doctor. Y'all thought she had a doctorate. Y'all thought she was a licensed therapist. So you let the titty monster tell you what to do with your life, and you just ate it all up, and you put her on my level of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding about relationships, even though you know I'm going on 19 years of marriage. You put me and a woman who can't get a man, buy a man, or keep a man, and a lot of times be with women who like women. You put us on the same level in the same sentence. Why? Because she got doctor before her name. You sat down and entertained somebody who is not authorized to even speak a sentence into your life because of no Holy Spirit and no real wisdom, all because of that abbreviation before her name. That's what elevation in life does for you. It gets you indoors. It gets you opportunities. It gets you people. It gets you things that you would not otherwise have gotten. So that's why, like I know a guy who maybe have a college degree, but he got an honorary doctorate. He got an honorary doctorate. And he literally added doctor before his name. I think he wrote a book with doctor before his name, knowing that he has an honorary doctorate from an unaccredited institution. But to look special. I know another guy another motivational speaker who let his assistants and all of his people do his online work for him, do all his work for him to get him a college degree, a master's degree, and a doctorate. All so he could say he achieved doctorate status to get more respect from the world. Because why? Because that's what elevation does. It opens doors. So see, this concept of lose 20 to 30 pounds, whether you male or female, it ain't just about that. It ain't just about that. It's about the concept in life that as you elevate, you get better from life. You get more from life. Your life is going to change for the better. You're going to see more, do more, experience more. More is coming. And that's all it is. That's all it is elevation. That's it. It's elevation. So we getting ready to go into 2026. On January 1st now, I'm doing a call. Gonna be like this, but just in the flow, in the spirit that day. Just motivation. That's why I only charge $10 for it. Come with your pen and pad. It'll be recorded and put in there because I want you to listen to it over and over and over. Like play it. I might make it to where you could download it to your phone, where you could go to sleep to it, listening to it, wake up to it, drive to work to it, and just be motivated. It's no Q&A. It's no back and forth. It's just me talking to you. You ain't got to have your camera on. It's going to be on Zoom. And just motivation to kick off your 2026 the right way. It's January 1st. It's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 12 p.m. California, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I did that so you could sleep in because you'll be up late, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, bringing in the new year. Get you some sleep. Get your 8 hours. Then get on up. Get on ready. Eat or whatever. So go to TonyGassesAcademy.com if you under the sound of my voice right now. And if you got $10, then join that right there, that kickoff. Then the in-person is in sunny Florida on January 24th. The $97 is for a live event ticket. The $47 is for the streaming event. So grab your ticket. I only think we got a few left for the live event. And it's classroom style. You'll have pen and pad. But that's what that's for. So we're doing that right there to level up, to kick off the year the right way. Because what you have to do is you got to give your life direction. You got to have a plan for your life. So if you say, hey, I need to lose weight, make one change first. What's one change? Only water. Cut out the soda. Cut out the juice. Only water. Black coffee. And then if you're going to add sugar, stay up under, like a keto diet, you can only have 20 grams of sugar. Stay under that 20 grams of sugar. Go through the withdrawals, go through the sweats, go through what you got to go through to break that. So now you cutting back to water or sugar-free drinks, not Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi. It might like lemon perfect, that lemon water, something like that. If you need a little flavor in there. So that's your first change. You master that for 2 weeks, it become a habit. Then you want to add 30 minutes of walking a day. Master that for 2 weeks. Then you want to add 8 hours of sleep a night, or 8 hours of sleep a night could be first. You see what I mean? But you stacking these good habits, and it gradually changes your life. So, hey, this Tony Gasses. I got the 24 minutes to my first coaching call, coaching a young brother in his 20s. And God bless his sisters, gifting him the session. His older sisters. So we doing that right there. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. And we going here. All the important links, one-on-one sessions. Grab your one-on-one session, discounted session to confirm. To kick off, to round off the end of your first quarter. That's March, my birthday month. So that's a little blessing to me too. Thank you. Appreciate you. And ain't no refunds on discounted session now. So if you book a discounted session and then you don't want it, don't need it, say something offend you, just chalk it on up. Ain't no refunds on discounted session because you took a spot from somebody else. So just go on, donate it to charity. God bless you. Keep your head up. Keep going. But we'll talk soon. Y'all be good now.